Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India News Hour, India's voice to the world. I'm Preeti Kaur. Coming up in the next 1 hour. First session of India's lower house of the Parliament after the 2024 general elections to begin tomorrow with oath taking of members. Election of new speaker on 26th of June. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar arrives in the United Arab Emirates to hold talks with his counterpart Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu believes US arms delivery dispute to be resolved soon. Israel Defense Chief Yoav Gallant heads to Washington to discuss Gaza, Lebanon conflicts. History created by Afghanistan in the T20 Cricket World Cup, beating mighty Australians by 21 runs in a Super 8 encounter. The first session of the lower house will begin on Monday after the formation of the new government. During the session, oath and affirmation of newly elected members will take place. Senior BJP MP Bharti Mehtab, who has been appointed as pro tem speaker, will administer the oath to the newly elected Lok Sabha MPs. The election of the new speaker for the lower house will be held on 26th of June. The session of the upper house will commence on 27th of June. India's President Draupadi Murmu will address the joint sitting of both the houses of Parliament on 27th of June. The Parliament session will conclude on 3rd of next month. DD India's correspondent Mark Lane joins us live for more on this story. Mark, the first session of India's lower house of Parliament after the 2024 general elections will begin tomorrow, and we've just given a broad outline to our viewers as to what is to be expected. What more can you add to this?
Well, Preeti, it's a short session. It's going to be a session that will go on till the 3rd of July. And as you did mention, the first 2 days, the 543 members who've been elected will be taking their oaths, and they will then be formally entering the House as members of Parliament for this term of the 18th Lok Sabha. Their oath is going to be administered by the pro tem speaker, Bharti Mehtab. He's the senior most member of Parliament. He has been a member of Parliament consistently from 1998. This is his 7th term, and 6 other terms he had been with the BJD. He is currently with the BJP. On the 26th, we are likely to see the election of the Speaker's post. The Speaker, once the Speaker is elected, the Speaker then takes over and is the head of the House, and he will be in charge, or he or she will be in charge for the next 5 years. And a Speaker has a very important role under the parliamentary system. In fact, all discussions and everything that happens in the House is all addressed to the Speaker. The Speaker also decides what goes into the records and what doesn't go into the records. Also is really the head of all the parliamentary committees that have been decided. So the whole parliamentary functioning, the Speaker really is the head of the lower house of Parliament. In the upper house, it is the Vice President of India who acts as the chairman of the Rajya Sabha. That is a house that is continuously in running. But the Lok Sabha is what we focus on in this session because it's taking office. This is the 18th Lok Sabha. They're coming into the office for the first time. But the President is going to address the joint sitting of both houses of Parliament. That will take place on the 26th as well, or the 27th. And the President will outline what the government is planning to do over the next 5 years. And this will then be discussed in the House. That's basically what we're likely to see. Of course, the Speaker post is an interesting subject because we've not had a Speaker's election actually in the country. Most Speakers have been decided by consensus. There is a possibility that there would be an election for the Speaker this time round. And the opposition parties are also hoping that they will get the Deputy Speaker's post, though the ruling dispensation believes that both the Speaker and the Deputy Speaker post can work within them because they are a coalition. Preeti.
All right, Mark, we'll leave it here. Thank you so much for joining us with those details. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has arrived in the United Arab Emirates on Sunday. During this official visit, Dr. S. Jaishankar will hold a meeting with his UAE counterpart, Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan, on wide-ranging issues of partnership. This visit will also provide an opportunity to review the entire spectrum of comprehensive strategic partnership between India and the UAE and regional and global developments. Also posting on social media platform X, India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has paid tribute to the memory of victims of AI-182 Kanishka who were killed in a terrorist attack back in 1985. He said, and I quote him, "Today marks the 39th anniversary of one of the worst attacks of terrorism in history. Pay my homage to the memory of 329 victims of AI-182 Kanishka who were killed this day in 1985. My thoughts are with their families. The anniversary is a reminder why terrorism should never be tolerated." One terrorist was killed by the Indian Army on Saturday while foiling an infiltration bid in the line of control in Uri sector in North Kashmir. The encounter is underway between the army and the infiltrators. Officials said that the army spotted a group of infiltrators in the vicinity of Basgrain village in Uri, which later turned into an encounter. The army has named it Operation Bajrang. This is the third encounter between forces and militants in North Kashmir since Monday, in which 3 militants of Lashkar-e-Taiba were killed and 2 soldiers sustained injuries. In a big win against left-wing extremism in Sukma district of Chhattisgarh, authorities have made a major recovery. For the first time, Chhattisgarh police have seized currency printers, ink and notes of several denominations from the Maoists. Extensive security operations in the region indicate that Maoist cash flow is linked to the use and circulation of counterfeit currency in local markets. The police search team has also confiscated firearms, wireless communication sets, magazine pouches and a significant quantity of explosive materials. The Indian Army has received its first set of skin from donors for its first skin bank. In a unique feat, the Indian Army announced last week about the opening of a state-of-the-art skin bank facility at the Army Hospital in New Delhi. The facility offers the latest modern treatment for severe burn injuries received by armed forces personnel and their families. This is the first of its kind to be established within the Armed Forces Medical Services. The Army believes that more awareness of skin donation must be created in the country to bridge the demand and supply gap. Head of Plastic Surgery, Brigadier Sanjay Maurya, urged everyone to donate skin just the way other organs are donated.
फर्स्ट डोनर हमको 29 ऑफ मई को हमने पहला ऑर्गन डोनेशन स्किन डोनेशन यहाँ रिसीव किया था, जो अभी प्रोसेस में है और उसका थर्ड फेज़ आज कंप्लीट हुआ है और वो भी क्वालिटी चेक में है, जिसके और उसमें 2 हफ्ता लगेगा. वंस वी रियलाइज़ कि वो ठीक है तो हमारे वो ट्रांसप्लांट के लिए फिट डिक्लेयर होगा और उसको हम यूज़ कर सकेंगे. स्किन डोनेशन से भी बहुत सारे लोगों की जान बचाई जा सकती है जो हमारे पास जल के आते हैं, जिनके पास हमारे पास अभी कोई जवाब नहीं है. अगर आप लोग इस प्रक्रिया से और इस डोनेशन से आगे बढ़ के आएँ तो मैं आशा करता हूँ कि हम बहुत सारे जवान जिनकी जलने की वजह से जान चली जाती है उनको हम बचा सकें.
The Minister of Education has handed over the matter of alleged irregularities in the NEET UG examination 2024 to the Central Bureau of Investigation for a comprehensive investigation. The National Testing Agency conducted the NEET UG examination on May 5th this year. Certain cases of alleged irregularities were reported. After a review, the Indian government handed over the matter to CBI for comprehensive investigation and to bring transparency on the conduct of the examination process. The central government has also enacted the Public Examination Prevention of Unfair Means Act 2024 to prevent unfair means in public examinations. The NEET UG retest for 1,563 candidates is taking place today, with National Testing Agency and Union Education Ministry officials present at the examination centres. The retest for the medical entrance exam is being held after the agency withdrew grace marks awarded to the students who were compensated for loss of time due to delay in the start of examination at 6 centres in Meghalaya, Haryana, Chhattisgarh, Gujarat and Chandigarh. 6 students scored a perfect 720 marks along with 61 others, leading to allegations of inflation of marks. The retest will be held at 7 centres now. Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan had ruled out cancellation of NEET for now, saying he cannot jeopardize the careers of lakhs of students who cleared the exam rightfully because of isolated incidents of malpractices. The retest of the exam was announced following allegations of irregularities in NEET UG, including paper leaks. The National Eligibility cum Entrance Test Postgraduate or the NEET PG examination set for Sunday, June 23rd has been postponed by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. The rescheduled date will be announced soon. The ministry said the decision has been taken as a precautionary measure and was taken in the best interests of the students and to maintain the sanctity of the examination. The Education Ministry has also set up a 7-member panel headed by former ISRO chairman Dr. K. Radhakrishnan to review the National Testing Agency's functioning and recommend exam reforms. UGC chairman M. Jagadish Kumar said that forming a high-level committee of experts with Dr. K. Radhakrishnan as chairman is a welcome step towards assuring entrance examinations transparent, smooth and fair conduct.
It's a welcome step. Forming a high-level committee under the chairmanship of Dr. K. Radhakrishnan as chairman is a necessary and correct step towards assuring the entrance examinations transparent, smooth and fair conduct. The committee's emphasis on recommending reforms in the examination process and enhancing the data security and providing the NTA's structure and functioning, it will definitely strengthen our national entrance examination system. Protecting students' interests and their future will continue to be our top priority, and it should be our top priority.
And now we take a look at other stories making it to the headlines from across India. In the southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu, the death toll in Kalakuruchi district hooch tragedy has risen to 56. A total number of 159 people are currently receiving treatment in various hospitals. The tragedy has led to political slugfest. India's ruling party BJP held a press conference and questioned the silence of DMK and India Alliance over the issue. A delegation of the Aam Aadmi Party met Delhi Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena on Sunday over the water crisis in the national capital and said that they were assured that the matter would be taken up by the Haryana government. In fact, Delhi Minister Prasar Bharati, AAP MP Sanjay Singh and AAP MLA Somnath Bharti were among the 10-member delegation that met the Delhi Lieutenant Governor. Bharat Biotech has added the Indian Council of Medical Research as co-owner of COVID-19 vaccine patent in accordance with the MOU signed between ICMR and BBIL for joint development of the COVID vaccine. Bharat Biotech worked on developing the COVID vaccine as a top priority to ensure product availability at the earliest. You're watching DD India News Hour. We're heading for a short break, but after the break, the Ukraine-Russia war continues to intensify, even as President Zelensky calls for more help from key allies. Adelaide's largest shopping centre evacuated after a scuffle between two men was reported. Power outages crippled functioning at UK's Manchester airport with flights delayed or cancelled on Sunday.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching DD India News Hour and I'm Preeti. Let's get to international updates. In the latest in the Russia-Ukraine conflict, one person was killed and 3 were injured after Ukrainian drones attacked the Russian town of Gravoron in the Belgorod region on Sunday. Ukraine also launched several drones overnight targeting Russia's western region of Bryansk and other regions. However, no damage was reported in the attacks. At least 30 drones were destroyed over Bryansk, which borders Ukraine, the governor of the region, Alexander Bogomils, said on the Telegram messaging app. Russia's air defense system also destroyed drones over Smolensk region, Vasily Anokhin, governor of the region in Russia's west, said. Russia-guided bombs struck an apartment building in Ukraine's second largest city of Kharkiv on Saturday, killing at least 3 people and injuring 29. Now, this incident has prompted President Zelensky to call for more help from Kyiv's allies. Mayor Ihor Terikov said that there had been 4 strikes and residents had to run to safety from the site of the destroyed apartment block on hearing explosions after the initial strike. Kharkiv lies about 30 kilometers from the border with Russia. The city of about 1.3 million people has frequently been targeted in Russian attacks during nearly 28 months of war. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said on Saturday that Russia had deployed more than 2,400 guided bombs in Ukraine this month, with about 700 used on Kharkiv. Speaking in his nightly video address, Zelensky also called on Ukraine's Western allies to deliver promised military aid packages without delay. Russian guided bombs shattered an apartment building in Kharkiv on Saturday, killing 3 people and prompting Zelensky to call for more help to deal with the growing threat of such weapons.
Just since the beginning of this June, Russians have used more than 2,400 guided aerial bombs on Ukraine, including about 700 on the Kharkiv region, on our positions, on our cities and communities in the Kharkiv region. Russian strikes are also carried out in the Donetsk region and or other frontline and border regions daily. Ukraine needs the necessary forces and means to destroy the carriers of these guided aerial bombs, including Russian combat aviation, wherever it is. The step is needed. I am grateful to all partners, grateful to America for the strong decisions that helps us stabilize the situation in the Kharkiv region's border area. We gained the ability to destroy Russian missile launchers near the border and concentrations of Russian occupiers.
All right, DD India's Dasha Charnishev joins us live from Moscow. Dasha, with the war lingering on for close to 28 months now and both the sides refusing to budge, do we really see any conclusion to the war anytime soon?
Well, certainly at this moment, we understand both sides rely on the military power, on the military might in order to ensure the outcomes of what Russia has described as a special military operation in Ukraine. We've heard that the Ukrainian drone attacks against the targets inside Russia have intensified over the course over the past months. And now this summer, we are seeing more and more of those drone attacks. And most recently, we've heard that at least 2 civilians died in Russia's Sevastopol, that is in the Crimea. One of them is a 2-year-old child. And the death toll is certainly from those drone strikes is a constant reminder that the operation is ongoing and that Russia needs to protect its airspace from the threats coming from the Ukrainian side. That's the understanding here in Russia. The Russian Foreign Ministry most recently also issued a statement saying that Russia will take all the necessary measures to deprive the authorities in Kiev of the opportunity to deliver strikes on the energy facilities in Russia. That's according to Maria Zakharova, the spokesperson for the Russian Foreign Ministry, when she was commenting on the Ukrainian attacks against the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. So it doesn't seem to be the case that either of the sides is willing to back down and to start the negotiating process, even though Russia has said that it is willing to get back to the negotiating table. But again, provided that the Ukrainian troops withdraw from the 4 regions that Russia now claims as its own. The Ukrainian side has said that it is not going to happen. happen, because they say they will fight until they actually get the Russian troops out from those regions. So the prospect for this conflict so far seems to be only the escalation on the battlefield, with both sides fighting as long as they have the weapons.
All right, Dasha, do we also know of any international response to President Zelensky's call for more help from the Ukrainian allies?
Well, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky calling for more military aid is also the routine that is necessary for Ukraine, which is seen in Russia as a sort of begging, as the Russian officials describe that. So it does seem to be that the Ukrainian side constantly asks for weapons, and Russia constantly says that those weapons will be destroyed on the battlefield. That's why we are hearing the Russian Ministry of Defense constantly saying that they carry out the group strikes with high-precision long-range weapons against the positions where the newly arriving Western weapons that should be heading to the front lines is being destroyed with the Russian missiles. Most recently, Russian President Vladimir Putin has said that Russia can rely only on its own military equipment. Again, a reminder that Russia is going to increase the output of the military equipment, something that Ukraine cannot afford by only asking the international support.
All right, Dasha, thank you for joining in with those details. We leave it here. And from Russia-Ukraine war, we now turn focus to Israel-Hamas crisis. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, during the weekly cabinet meeting, said that he believes that the United States arms delivery dispute will be resolved soon. And Netanyahu's remarks come as Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant has left for Washington to meet the top U.S. officials on the conflict in Gaza and also the escalating tensions with Hezbollah. Recent exchanges of fire with Hezbollah have stoked fears of wider conflict. Gallant is slated to meet his U.S. counterpart Lloyd Austin and Secretary of State Antony Blinken during the trip. In a statement before the visit, Gallant said that he would hold talks on the next phase of the Gaza conflict, which he stressed is of great importance.
I will discuss developments on Gaza front, the Lebanon front, and they have a crucial importance at this time. We are prepared for any action that may be required in Gaza, Lebanon, and in other places as well. The transition to Phase C in Gaza Strip is of great importance. I will discuss this transition with US officials on how it may be enable additional things, and I know that we will achieve close cooperation between Israel and the US on this issue as well.
Meanwhile, Israeli army struck on Hezbollah targets in various areas of southern Lebanon amid concerns of further cross-border escalation. The army released a video on Saturday showing the troops targeting an observation post as well as a military structure in a Lebanese village, Yaron. According to the military, terrorists were operating from both the buildings. Hezbollah has been trading fire with Israel for more than 8 months now in parallel with the Hamas conflict. Protesters took to the streets of Tel Aviv in Israel on Saturday, calling for the release of hostages held by Hamas. Israel's ground and air campaign in Gaza was triggered when Hamas stormed into southern Israel on October 7th, killing several people and seizing more than 250 hostages. The U.S. Central Command destroyed 3 Houthi uncrewed surface vessels in the Red Sea in the past 24 hours. Now, the U.S. force added that the Houthis also launched 3 anti-ship ballistic missiles into the Gulf of Aden, but there were no injuries or significant damage. The U.S. military's Central Command also dismissed as categorically false recent claims about a successful attack by Houthi forces on the aircraft carrier Eisenhower. Former U.S. President Donald Trump courted voters in Pennsylvania, declaring, and I quote him, "If we win Pennsylvania, we will win the presidency." Trump's campaign rally at Temple University was held in a historically black area of Philadelphia, long a stronghold of Democrats. The Trump campaign has made courting black and Hispanic voters who make up more than half of Philadelphia's population, a priority this cycle, encouraged by some opinion polls that indicate that he might be gaining ground with these voters. In another speech, Donald Trump urged Christians on Saturday to vote in masses for him in November, vowing to aggressively protect their religious freedom if he is elected. Speaking at an event organized by Faith and Freedom Coalition in Washington, the former president reiterated his position that abortion restrictions should be decided by voters on a state-by-state basis. The stance contradicts the view of most conservative Christians, and Trump's reticence to push for or even discuss additional federation regulations speaks to how sensitive the issue has become for the Republicans. Trump has repeatedly said that Republicans risk electoral defeat if they take too stringent a line on abortion rights.
The evangelicals and the Christians, they don't vote as much as they should. I don't know if you know that, you know. They go to church every Sunday, but they don't vote. And we have to make sure they vote just this time, because all you have to do is this time. You don't have to worry about it, because we're going to straighten it out very fast, just this time. And I will shut down the Federal Department of Education, and we will move everything back to the states where it belongs and where they can individualize education and do it with the love for their children.
In a shooting incident in the U.S., one person was killed and 7 others were injured outside a nightclub in Louisville, Kentucky on Saturday. First responders found 2 people injured with gunshot wounds. Later, one of the victims, a man, was pronounced dead. The police did not mention any information about the suspect, and it's unclear how many people opened fire or what caused the shooting. Earlier, in a similar but separate incident, 3 people were killed and 10 others were injured in a shooting incident at a grocery store in Arkansas on Friday. Adelaide's largest shopping centre was evacuated and locked down after 2 groups of reportedly armed young men fought in the food court on Sunday. As per Australian police, they were investigating an incident at a shopping mall in the southern city of Adelaide that led to an evacuation of the centre and resulted in some minor injuries. The incident comes less than 3 months after a man attacked shoppers with a knife at another Westfield mall in Sydney, killing 6 people. Up next, we take a look at other stories making it to the headlines from across the world. Japanese Emperor Naruhito and his wife Empress Masako are in the United Kingdom to celebrate the long ties between the 2 royal families. A week-long trip to Britain aims to demonstrate the deep relationship between the 2 countries. The Japanese royals will visit Oxford University, where they both studied, and will also attend a banquet with Britain's King Charles. Flights at United Kingdom's Manchester airport were delayed or cancelled on Sunday due to a major power cut causing disruptions. Media report says an issue with the power supply affected the airport and a number of other buildings. Power has been restored, but the impact will affect services throughout the day. Germany's economy minister Robert Habeck visited the BMW Research and Development Center in Shanghai on Sunday. Habeck's visit is the first by a senior European official since Brazil's proposed hefty duties on the imports of Chinese-made electrical vehicles to combat what the EU considers excessive subsidies. Up next, we're heading for a short break. You're watching DD India News Hour, but after the break, India's Home Minister Amit Shah chairs a high-level meeting to review overall preparedness for flood management in the country. Prime Minister Modi leads the nation in remembering Dr. Shama Prasad Mukherjee on his death anniversary.
The news as it unfolds, we get to the heart of the matter.
We don't just present facts, we demystify complex social, political and economic events.
We break stories that shape the world's present and future because you deserve the truth.
I am Tanvi Taneja from New Delhi.
I'm Ollie Barrett from London.
I'm Nick Harper from Washington, D.C.
Join us on DD India Global Monday to Friday at these times.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching DD India News Hour. A quick relook of the top stories once again. First session of India's lower house of parliament after the 2024 general elections to begin tomorrow with oath taking of members. Election of new speaker on 26th of June. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar arrives in the United Arab Emirates to hold talks with his counterpart Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan. History created by Afghanistan in the T20 Cricket World Cup. They beat mighty Australians by 21 runs in a Super 8 encounter. All right, let's take a look at weather updates now. The persistence of extreme weather patterns has taken its toll on people who are suffering untold miseries across Americas, Europe and Asia. Local authorities find themselves out of their depth in dealing with potential calamities. Also, Mihir Mercury gives us an account of the Earth's weather turmoil. Take a look.
Extreme weather patterns are sweeping across continents spanning from the Americas through Europe and into Asia, capturing global attention. In the eastern United States, a scorching heat wave has taken hold, with Saturday marking a notable milestone as the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., baked under temperatures soaring to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Amidst the sweltering conditions, denizens of the city sought refuge in various ways.
It's super hot out here, but I'm used to it, you know. I fight villains like Molten Man all the time. But man, today, everyone, make sure you stay hydrated. Because even me, I get dehydrated, and I gotta make sure I'm always drinking water. Ice cold water for today, guys.
On the other hand, a severe storm system has ravaged the southern regions of Wisconsin, leading to widespread flooding and causing significant damage to properties. Rock Valley City in Iowa experienced severe flooding as heavy rainfall inundated the streets. The state has issued a disaster proclamation in response to the widespread deluge. In Southern America's Colombia, over 4.5 million people are facing severe food insecurity driven by a mix of armed conflicts and extreme weather events. The situation is further exacerbated by phenomena such as El Nino, which has alternately brought drought and heavy rainfall.
In the short term, we need to study these weather cycles to establish new strategies for crops and implement sustainable agriculture. We could adopt mixed cropping, which involves growing different types of crops together to better adapt to varying weather conditions.
In the picturesque Italian island of Sicily, residents and tourists are flocking to the beaches to cool off amidst scorching heat waves. Local authorities have issued health advisories urging everyone to take precautions and stay hydrated.
Right now, it's unbearably hot, really an African heat. These past few days, the sky has been a bit overcast but always very hot, maybe because of the heat cap, let's say. Today, however, it's beautiful, wonderful.
And in southern China, local authorities are intensifying flood control and relief operations aimed at mitigating disaster damage. The initiative follows persistent heavy rainfall since June 9 in these areas. Mihir Mercury's report for DD India.
India's Home Minister and Minister of Cooperation Amit Shah chaired a high-level meeting in New Delhi to review overall preparedness for flood management in the country in context of the upcoming monsoon. Indian Minister of Jal Shakti C.R. Patil, Minister of State for Home Affairs Nityanand Rai also attended the meet. Various secretaries of concerned ministries, officials from Railway Board, NDMA, NDRF, IMD, CWC, NHAI and other senior officers of ministries concerned were also present for the meeting. India's northeastern state of Assam has been reeling under a spell of incessant rainfall and floods brought due to it. The flood situation in Assam continues to remain grim, with over 117,000 people still suffering due to the deluge across 10 districts of the state. Chief Minister of Assam, Himanta Biswa Sarma, said that the flood waters have inundated 968 villages in 27 revenue circles in these districts. Now, as per the state government, the authorities are presently running 134 relief camps and 94 relief distribution centers, where a total of 17,661 people are taking shelter currently. Also, the Kushiara River is currently flowing above the danger mark at Karimganj in Assam's Barak Valley. On the other side of the country, in the west, amid high tides in the city, monsoon has arrived in the western Indian city of Mumbai with major rainfall recorded in the past hours. The Indian Met Department has issued orange alert for Kolhapur, Satara, Ratnagiri and Sindhudurg. Heavy to very heavy rainfall at isolated places is expected for the next 3 days. Also, a yellow alert has been issued for Mumbai, Thane, Raigad, Palghar and other districts. For the next 5 days, monsoon is likely to intensify in the Konkan region. All right, Yogesh Sheetal joins us from Mumbai to spell out more. Yogesh, we've told our viewers about the monsoon arriving in the western state of Maharashtra and also how orange alert and yellow alert have been issued in different parts of the state. You spell out more details. How is the day there today? And also, specifically when we talk of the situation in Mumbai, how has the Met Department predicted weather to be in the next few days?
For the next 5 days, coming to particularly Vidarbha region, all the 11 districts in Vidarbha region are expected to receive moderate to heavy rainfall for the next 5 days. At the same time, coming to Konkan region, particularly Sindhudurg and Ratnagiri, these two districts have been categorized in the orange alert, and this will continue for the next 5 days. Yes, Raigad district, which is one of the districts in Konkan region, is currently has been predicted for yellow alert. But yes, for the next for tomorrow and for the next 4 days, we can say the MET has basically alerted the fishermen, because all the Konkan region are basically the fishing activities are there. So they have issued an alert and advised the fishermen not to venture to the sea, given the fact of the situation. Coming particularly in Mumbai and the adjoining cities like Thane, like Kalyan, like Palghar. So these districts, for these districts, basically yellow alert has been issued, and also the preparations are underway according coming to all the precautions, particularly by the BMC, by the MMRDA, Mumbai Metro also. All the agencies are standby and they are just taking sufficient measures to ensure that there is no inconvenience caused to the people. Particularly BMC, already the additional branches and the additional things have already put in place when the after pre-monsoon arrived in Mumbai. One thing which is quite important at this point in time is we have seen in Mumbai particularly already all the 7 lakes in Mumbai which basically supply to the drinking water to the residents are only languishing at roughly 5% of the total capacity, and that's the reason we have recently seen the water cut was also announced by the government of Maharashtra and the concerning authority. So currently, since the monsoon is not good amount of monsoon Mumbai is receiving at this point in time, so water crisis we can say is still persisting in the city. But yes, if the monsoon intensifies in the days to come, we can expect some sort of relief, some sort of respite to the people of Maharashtra when it comes to water supply, particularly in that note we can say. Back to
all right, Yogesh. Thank you for joining in with those details from Mumbai. Changing track to other updates now. Indian Space Research Organisation on Sunday said that it has achieved a 3rd consecutive success in the reusable launch vehicle landing experiment. The winged vehicle named Pushpak executed a precise horizontal landing, showcasing advanced autonomous capabilities under challenging conditions. The space agency said that the mission simulated the approach and landing interface and high-speed landing conditions for a vehicle returning from space, reaffirming ISRO's expertise in acquiring the most critical technologies required for development of a reusable launch vehicle. With the objectives of RLV-LEX accomplished, ISRO now embarks into RLV-ORV, that is the Orbital Reusable Vehicle. In a big decision for the central government employees, the Government of India has amended the Central Civil Services Leave Rules 1972, which will now entitle the surrogate mother and the parents who adopt that child with childcare leave. The notification confirming the same was issued by Department of Personnel and Training of Government of India last week. As per the notification, in cases of surrogacy, the surrogate, if she is a central government employee, will be eligible to get 180 days of maternity leave. The commissioning mother with less than 2 surviving children will also be granted maternity leave for 180 days in case either or both of them are government servants. Also, the commissioning father, who is a male government servant with less than 2 surviving children, will also be granted paternity leave of 15 days within the period of 6 months from the date of delivery of the child. A conference on India's progressive path in the administration of the criminal justice system was held on Sunday in the South Indian city of Chennai. The event served as a precursor to the implementation of new 3 criminal laws set to take effect from 1st of July. The conference was attended by Arjun Ram Meghwal, India's Minister of State for Law and Justice, and Dr. L. Murugan, Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting and Parliamentary Affairs. Chief Justices of the High Courts of Madras, Karnataka, Kerala and Telangana were also present on the occasion. As July 1st approaches, a new set of laws are ready to be implemented. The new laws are set to overhaul the existing Indian Penal Code, Code of Criminal Procedure and Indian Evidence Act. The Parliament passed 3 new criminal laws, the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, the Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita and the Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam. These will replace the Indian Penal Code 1860, the Criminal Procedure Code 1973 and the Indian Evidence Act 1872 respectively. These acts have received President of India's assent and have been notified in the official gazette. Death anniversary of Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee is being observed in India on Sunday. He made significant contribution in the fields of education, politics, society and culture. He sacrificed his life for a united Bharat, opposing 2 flags, 2 legislations and 2 heads for Jammu and Kashmir. His legacy is celebrated yearly as a symbol of national integrity, especially after the abrogation of Article 370 in 2019. On this occasion, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi took to his social media account on platform X and said that, I quote him, respectful tributes to the great son of the country, eminent thinker and educationist Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee on his martyrdom day. He dedicated his life in the service of Mother India. His dynamic personality will continue to inspire every generation of the country. United Nations Public Service Day is being observed today. Celebrated annually on the 23rd of June, the UN Public Service Day is observed to honor the invaluable contribution of public servants all over the world. This day serves as a reminder of the vital role that public service plays in fostering community growth and well-being. The theme for United Nations Public Service Day 2024 is Fostering Innovation and Global Challenges, a Public Sector Perspective. This theme emphasizes the importance of innovation in addressing the complex challenges faced by communities worldwide, highlighting the role of the public sector in driving meaningful change. The UAE witnessed display of unity and wellness as Abu Dhabi and Dubai hosted grand celebrations for the 10th International Day of Yoga. In Abu Dhabi, the Indian Embassy with Abu Dhabi Sports Council organized a yoga session. Over 1,500 participants joined the event. Also, Dubai saw an even larger gathering with more than 5,000 people converging at the World Trade Center. The Indian mission in Dubai with Friends of India, Arab Yoga Instructors Council and Dubai Sports Council orchestrated the celebration, marking the oneness of body and mind.
As you inhale, stretch your arms out. Fingers are pointing straight up. Also,
you're watching DD India News Hour. We're heading for a short break, but after the break, aimed at empowering Indian nurses for global career opportunities, 32 healthcare professionals felicitated for completion of B1 level of German language training. Belgium back on track with 2-0 win over Romania in the Euro Cup.
hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching DD India News Hour. Aiming to empower Indian nurses for global career opportunities, India's Minister Jan Chaudhary felicitated 32 healthcare professionals on Saturday for successfully completing B1 level of German language training. The training aims to equip nurses with necessary language skills for a successful career and livelihood in Germany. This development reaffirms the government's commitment to making India the global hub for skilled talent and outlines the ambitious strategies under Skill India mission. The 2 to 3 month comprehensive residential training program was imparted to all the candidates under the Skill India International Initiative. Delivered by professional German native trainers, the program ensures that participants receive top-notch language education.
Because every one of those 32 can be a change maker, can be an influencer, and is an ambassador. As Vedji said, rightly put it, because you are going to open pathways for so many others. In a sense, this is a start, it's a small start, and it's very encouraging to expect 32 young students to pick up a language in such a short amount of time. I'm flabbergasted. I'm shocked.
German ambassador to India, Dr. Philipp Ackermann, who attended the Skill India International Program in New Delhi on Saturday, praised the skilling ecosystem of India and hoped that this would be start of many such other opportunities.
Dr. Philipp Ackermann, German ambassador to India, is with us. So welcome, sir. Welcome to DD India. First of all, big moment for these students. How big you think is the opportunity for them?
It's a great opportunity, and I'm very impressed to see how confident they are, how much they are smiling and looking forward to come to Germany. Germany is waiting for them. They will be warmly welcoming them in Germany, and I think it's a great opportunity for us, but also for the Indian young nurses who are going for a new life in Germany with a very, very good job and a very good working condition. So I think it's a win-win situation for both.
Also, tell us the role of NSDC to help these students achieve their dreams.
We are very, very impressed with NSDC works. NSDC's work. It's a very, very good organization. The program is structured. It is very quick. It is very focused and targeted, and it's a fabulous partner for us. So I can only say wonderful things about NSDC.
And also, the role of German training group has also been immense. And what does it tell about the partnership between India and Germany?
So I think it's a wonderful example how deep our partnership goes, how sound it is, and how granular it is also in many ways. I must say that the German training in 2 months to get to a B1 level is a great effort, and I'm very impressed with the young people who are really doing their best to get there. It's not an easy language. It's a bit like Hindi in many ways, but I'm very impressed with the level of language they get in a very short time.
Thank you for speaking to DD India. With cameraman Gaurav, this is Abhishek Mahajan in Delhi for DD India.
Let's turn focus to sports updates now in cricket. In fact, the T20 Cricket World Cup, Gulbuddin Naib's deadly spell guided Afghanistan to a historic 21-run victory over Australia in the Super 8 match on Sunday. Chasing 149, Australia lost early wickets before Glenn Maxwell came to the rescue and dominated the Afghan bowlers. Maxwell scored 59 off 41 balls and brought Australia back into the game. Also, the Afghan bowlers bounced back in style and bundled out Australia for 127 and registered a thrilling win. Naib scalped 4 wickets while Naveen-ul-Haq scalped 3. This was Afghanistan's first ever win over Australia in international cricket. Earlier in the match, Australian pacer Pat Cummins also became the first bowler to register consecutive hat-tricks in the T20 internationals. Switzerland face Germany in UEFA Euro 2024 on Sunday, looking to book their place in the round of 16 of the competition. Germany are already through to the knockout stage. Germany built on their 5-1 win over Scotland in the tournament's opening game with a 2-0 defeat of Hungary that saw them secure progress to the knockout stages with a game to spare. On 3 of the 4 previous occasions, Germany started a Euro with 2 wins from 2. They have gone on to be crowned European champions, and with a deep run into the tournament in mind, Nagelsmann could be tempted to make good use of his squad. Switzerland have avoided defeat to Germany in their last 3 contests, and a point for Murat Yakin's team will see them join their opponents in the round of 16 while confirming the hosts as Group A winners. Moving on to Football Euro Cup, Belgium secured a 2-0 win over Romania in an incredible action-packed game on Saturday that set up a final round showdown with all the 4 teams in Group E on 3 points. Belgium were under pressure in Group E after losing their opening game to Slovakia, but responded with an outstanding attacking display to illustrate exactly why they are rated among the favourites in Germany. In a magnificent, colourful atmosphere, Yuri Telemann's low drive put them ahead after 73 seconds, setting the platform for Belgium to create a host of chances. Belgium now have the chance to secure a place in the last 16 when they face Ukraine in their final game on Wednesday. The International Olympic Day is observed on June 23rd every year. The day celebrates the founding of International Olympic Committee, promoting sports, unifying power, healthy living and global camaraderie. In the next report, we tell you more.
Ahead of the upcoming Paris Olympics that begin from 26th of July, the world is celebrating International Olympic Day today. This day holds a special place in the hearts of sports enthusiasts worldwide. This momentous occasion commemorates the founding of the International Olympic Committee on 23rd June 1894 at the Sorbonne in Paris, serving as a reminder of the unifying power of sports. The day was established by International Olympic Committee in 1948 to encourage individuals from all walks of life to embrace the Olympic values of excellence, friendship, and respect. The theme for International Olympic Day 2024 is Let's Move and Celebrate. Inspired by the Olympic spirit of movement, this theme encourages people to find ways to move and celebrate their joy of movement. It emphasizes on the importance of physical activity and healthy living while also highlighting the role of sports in promoting peace and development. This big day also provides a platform to inspire young athletes and celebrate their achievements. It also serves as a reminder that sports can empower individuals, instill discipline, and promote teamwork. By showcasing the success stories of Olympic athletes, this day encourages young people to pursue their sporting dreams and strive for excellence. Sports Desk, DD India.
And with that, we end this edition of DD India News Hour. But let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those of you on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. You can scan the QR codes on the screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Preeti Kaur signing off, and from all of us at in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India News Hour.